Welcome to episode 71 of the HSO Dynamics Matters Podcast, your regular sonic dive into the world of Microsoft technology-related matters and much more besides. I'm your host, Michael Lonnan, and today's episode couldn't have come a moment too soon because I couldn't get a wink of sleep last night. It's a good job then that I got to spend 10 minutes chatting with Miles Miller, Interim CIO of Dreams. And rather than counting sheep together, we spent time discussing the importance of data and technology in providing a connected and long-lasting customer experience, even when it comes to mattresses. So grab a brew, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
How'd you have it?
Milk, no sugar.
How many do you have a day?
I like the morning brew, and sometimes in the afternoon. So yeah, perhaps two.
Restrained. I like that. I've got to get off my habit of 5 a day. Save or spend?
Spend.
Mac or PC?
Mac.
Okay. Soft or firm? Mattress.
I quite like a firm mattress actually.
Okay.
I think it's I'm sure my partner likes it slightly softer, but I've won that battle, and it's like a firm mattress.
They say it's better for your back, don't they? Having a firm
It does,
mattress.
yeah.
There you go.
I think it's a maturity thing. I suppose when we were younger, we've gone through various foam and different materials, but the firm mattress is really nice now. I really appreciate it. It's good as you get older.
What happens? What happens to a mattress when someone's finished with it? What happens at the end of its life?
Well, a lot of the parts are recycled. The sustainability in our industry is the same as it is in any other part of retail. We try to reuse what we can. Obviously, there are parts of it that have to be disposed of. But sustainability as a concept and recycling, is certainly a big part of our business. Our mattresses have quite a long life. Some people own them for up to 10 years or more. And certainly, I suppose, if you look at the commercial business hotels and that, there's many people that will spend many a night on a mattress through its life. So they're certainly well used.
How does Dreams today monitor kind of the lifespan and usage of a mattress? Is it part of the entire supply chain? Is it a separate thing? Is it how are you doing it today?
I suppose the short answer is that it's an area that we'd like to improve on. We're wanting to understand more about the kind of the post-purchase experience and how customers are using our product, and as part of the kind of the broader loyalty concept, what drives a customer to come back to us? What are those intervals, and how do you move the purchase of furniture away from some of the big lifestyle milestones that you go through, buying property, new homes, growing families. We certainly want to understand more about the wellness sort of concepts and how consumers interact with sleep. Sleep really matters to Dreams, and we are. It's really important that we design great product that aligns with and supports our customers. But it's certainly an area we're trying to do more research and understand more about what that journey looks like.
Cool. So it's moving from a single purchase product where it's kind of you buy it and that's it. You kind of don't engage with it again to, as you say, they're making it more of a lifestyle purchase, something that you're managing, monitoring, and checking the wellness of the individuals who are buying it. You're almost adding value. It's beyond just that purchase point. And I guess then in order to get that information, to understand that journey and to connect everything together, data is probably quite important, or managing data is probably quite an important part of Dreams and their desire to do that.
Oh, definitely, yeah, correct. Data, like any sort of business that's going through that digital transformation piece, we really want to understand more about who our customer is, why they have made decisions around their purchases, and then, as I say, what that sort of post-purchase experience looks like and how they kind of interact with us as a as a brand, as a company, and how we can continue to support them. But it all sort of, as I say, features as part of that wellness ideal that so much of the world is trying to battle with at the minute.
Just to ask then, what does digital transformation look like for Miles, for Dreams? What does it mean to you?
So I have it's an enormous concept, but I try and make this about kind of three core principles. One is about simplicity. For me, digital transformation is about providing some tools, but you're trying to simplify business operations, both for internal stakeholders and for external stakeholders. Businesses are about people and about how we engage with one another to go and execute things. But technology provides tools that you can help join up dots, simplify ways of working. And that leads into the next piece, which is kind of about alignment and efficiency. Again, I think there is so much value to be had through digital transformation is generated by businesses pursuing greater levels of alignment cross-functionally. And certainly when you do things like ERP, it is about providing building blocks in different functions that tie together and join up the dots as to how does information flow. But you can simplify operations and certainly increase levels of alignment, which in turn generates value. And I guess my third piece would be then, kind of about execution. It's kind of an output of digital transformation, but I'm all about trying to improve our ability to execute on what we say we're going to do, and that's primarily customer led. How do you increase service levels, and how do you get the target?
Yeah, perfect. And if you don't mind me asking, given your role as CIO of Dreams, what is your biggest challenge? What keeps you, Miles, up at night?
Well, so to put some context around what we're doing with Dreams,
it's not the mattress, surely.
It's not the mattress. So what I find quite interesting is much of my career I've actually been in fashion. I've recently kind of come to the furniture business, and what I see is that fashion has gone through quite a significant revolution, within retail over quite an extended period of time now. And furniture is still somewhat behind the curve. They're not as mature in terms as a kind of a part of retail around this sort of digital capability. Consumers are still slightly more accepting of the idea that you can buy a product and you can have a longer lead time for it to arrive. In fashion, everybody wants everything next day, kind of real time now, live, and are very demanding for that. And I guess what I'm trying to do is take some of those ideas. I see that there's a sea change of people and consumers from fashion retail that are arriving in the furniture business, and it's trying to kind of help stay relevant, make sure that these parts we're future ready. We've got the capabilities that we need to support our customers. Amazon are driving much of this change as well, but it's all about kind of keeping pace. I think there's certainly been a bit of a gap over the course of the last few years that we're trying to keep up with.
It does feel sometimes when you go into, if you don't want me saying this, if you do go into one of these furniture type places and you have a mooch about, it does feel like you are slightly transported back to the end of the 80s or the beginning of the 90s. It's still a little bit, it is, as you say, it is a little bit behind. So I guess that's also part of the driver and part of the reason why you're going through currently an ERP project to try and bring that all forward as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even things, kind of product lead time, is really, really important. Invariably, as a kind of any retail business, the way to try and reduce lead time is to carry more stock, is to tie up more working capital in product, so you have stock on hand and you can kind of service demand as it's presented, and sort of we're very much moving into a more stocked kind of model, and we're growing our supply chain, and we need the tools, an ERP system and the like, to kind of help us allocate stock to order and manage the turn and all the kind of the simple business concepts that that are really important to execute service to customers, and also to protect margin.
What I'm trying to think of the phrase of this question, because I always like this question, given your seniority. It's kind of almost like advice to other CIOs. Yeah. What advice would you give to other CIOs considering moving into some sort of digital transformation based project, ERP, large implementation type project? What advice would you give to them?
There's probably two bits. One is to try and keep it simple. I think that is always really, really important with any strategy and or leadership ideal that businesses try and pursue. It's not to try and do everything in one go. I think there are loads of reasons why people enter into, or businesses enter into, digital transformation or ERP type programs. I think it's really important to take a phased approach and pursue kind of MVPs or simpler milestones where you can present value and you can take people on a journey. Ultimately, the journey is really, really important as to whether you're successful or not. I think too often businesses try and do too much in the first instant, and they can be quite naive as to size of change. The other piece briefly would be just to try and separate out what is business transformation from technical transformation.
Yeah.
Business transformation is notoriously hard to execute. And again, if you can keep it simple and you can keep people aligned with what your guiding principles are and what it is you're trying to achieve, it's far more likely you will be successful, and that paves the way for future phases of work.
Do you know how your customers use your products? If you don't, how can you monitor what they do with them, how they use them, and whether they're getting value from them? You can't. Connected technology, in Miles's words, joins the dots. It simplifies ways of working and creates efficiencies and alignments that in turn generate value. Dreams' mission is to ensure everyone gets a perfect night's sleep. And the more you know how your customers are interacting with your products, the easier meeting missions like this becomes. And as Dreams move to Microsoft Dynamics 365, is one step in enabling a more connected customer journey. Thanks for listening, and until next time, take care of yourselves.